She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome to another episode of Feminine Fridays, where we get back to our femininity so that we can attract the right masculine energy into our space. So if we've been in our masculine space for too long, sis, trying to make sure that everybody else was taken care of and that we forgot how to treat ourselves, take care of ourselves, which is why last week I spoke on self-care. And this week I'm going to talk about etiquette, because overall we have to get back to the feminine spaces that we're supposed to be in. Now, etiquette is essential for feminine women because it reinforces grace, poise, and self-respect while setting the standard of how you expect to be treated, sis. Feminine energy is often associated with softness, receptivity, and elegance. And proper etiquette allows a woman to navigate social situations with confidence and ease. Not to mention, etiquette establishes boundaries, sis, ensuring that others treat us with dignity and respect. It will signal self-worth, which naturally attracts high-value interactions, whether in dating, business, or in social settings. A woman who carries herself with etiquette commands admiration and sets the tone of how she is approached and engaged with by others. That's why it's always best that you keep your etiquette levels very high and you stay in your feminine energy at all times. So let's talk about the feminine woman and etiquette and how she will set the tone for masculine men when they are in her presence. Sis, a truly feminine woman embodies grace, refinement, and confidence in every aspect of her life. She understands that etiquette is not just about knowing the rules of social conduct, but also creating an atmosphere where she is respected, admired, and effortlessly sets the tone, especially in the presence of masculine energy who recognize and appreciate her presence. Whether she is dining at a high-end restaurant, walking into a room, engaging in conversation, or simply existing in her everyday magical life, she operates from a level of refinement and demands attention and commands respect without force. She commands it. She doesn't force it. Let's go deep into everything a feminine woman should know about etiquette, from dining manners to social poise, communication, and self-presentation. Are y'all ready? All right, it's time to upgrade our life and get back to our feminine stance the right way. Number one, walking into a room, sis. First impressions and your presence. The moment a woman enters a room, she sets the tone. So you have to be literally in love with yourself and believe in yourself. Feminine women do not just walk in, they arrive with their presence. That means posture, shoulders back, chin slightly lifted, and core engaged. Movement, walk with controlled, graceful strides, never rush or stomp. Awareness, make eye contact with those in the room, offering a subtle nod or a soft smile when appropriate. Pausing and observing. Before choosing to sit or whom to approach, you will observe their energy in the room, ensure you move with intentionality rather than aimlessness. It's very important. So here's an example. Imagine entering a formal dining party. Instead of rushing in and finding the nearest seat, which will indicate that your low self-esteem or your low self-worth or low self-love, a feminine woman will enter with poise, gently scan the room, acknowledges familiar faces with a warm smile, and confidently walk to her seat with grace, because she knows that all eyes are on her. So she will keep that as she walks. Number two, dining etiquette. Mastering your table manners. Sis, a refined woman understands the art of dining. This is why I tell y'all to come out of those dinner dates if you just don't understand fine dining. Whether it's a 5-star restaurant, a private dinner party, or upscale event, your table manners will distinguish you from others. So how to properly set a table. First and foremost, forks on the left, knives and spoons on the right. The napkin is placed either on a dinner plate or to the left of the forks. Your bread plate is the top left. Drinks are on the top right. The dessert spoon and fork are often placed above the dinner plate. And let's talk about the proper use of this silverware, sis, because a lot of time we just go in, we grab whatever because we're hungry. That's why we don't need to be showing up no place is hungry. Proper use of your silverware includes always starting with the outermost utensils and working your way inward with each course. The cutlery placement after eating. Okay, the resting position when you're taking a break from eating, you want to place your fork and your knife in an inverted V shape on your plate. When you're finished eating, you want to lay your fork and knife parallel at 4 o'clock to the plate to indicate you are done. Your napkin etiquette. Always place your napkin on your lap as soon as you sit down. If you leave the table temporarily, place the napkin on your chair, not the table, sis. When you are finished, loosely fold it and place it to the left of your plate. This is going to stand out even to your waiters or your waitresses. How to eat elegantly, sis. Take small bites. Never overfill your mouth. Chew with your mouth closed. Avoid making unnecessary smacking noises. So unattractive. Sip. Don't gulp. You should not be hungry or thirsty like that. Avoid reaching across the table. Ask someone to pass you what you need. And never talk with food in your mouth, sis. It's very unattractive. If you're dining with a masculine man at an upscale restaurant, a feminine woman will naturally allow him to take the lead in ordering, subtly guiding the conversation without dominating. When we're allowing the man to lead and order for us, he must already have known what we're interested in ordering. So you have a couple of different times for you to get that together. The first being when he tells you what restaurant you're going to, you can go to that website, research that menu, see what it is that you like, and simply text him what you'll like or tell him when you're in the car or when you meet up with him. You can also use the time after the waiter has delivered your drinks to scan that menu to tell him what you would like to have so that he can order it for you. Now, that doesn't mean continue to study the menu and miss the conversation that he's trying to have with you. That's why I prefer that you have studied that menu before the day even started. A lot of times we got to go into our study mode, sis, so that we know exactly what it is that we want before we get to where we're going. And again, never be overly hungry. Like, don't do that. You should have enough hunger for you to be able to eat. And we do not take doggy bags from 5-star restaurants. I don't care how good the food was. Now, if you would like to get your desserts to go because maybe you don't have enough room for it, that's fine. But within the first few days, sis, we should not be taking any doggy bags home. You should wait for everyone at the table to be served before starting your meal, sis, and engage in conversation with poise. That's why I encourage you not to go extremely hungry. Okay, so it's only right that you wait till everybody has been served, till all food has come out. Now, if you've already talked to the man, maybe your meal comes out quicker than his because his may take a little bit more time. Usually steaks do. Then you want to definitely ask him, is it okay if I start eating before your meal comes out? And start with the lightest item. That means start with your salad, okay? Don't necessarily move to your big entree because you're still trying to eat with him as opposed to eating before him. Because it's going to look weird if your food is half gone and his is just coming out. Engaging in conversation. Feminine communication. A well-mannered woman knows how to communicate with grace, whether in one-on-one conversations, group settings, or business meetings. Active listening, first and foremost. She listens attentively, making eye contact and nodding subtly to show engagement. Volume control. She never speaks too loud or dominates a conversation with her education, but ensures her voice is clear and confident. Avoiding over-talking. She knows when to contribute and when to let others speak. Speaking with elegance. Avoids excessive slang, profanity, or aggressive language. We don't need to hear about those angry stories. She uses refined language that enhances her feminine energy. Graceful redirection. If a conversation becomes negative or inappropriate, she smoothly redirects it with charm and a smile. Example. If a masculine man begins discussing a topic you are uncomfortable with, instead of reacting harshly, sis, you might say things like, that's an interesting perspective, but I'd love to hear more about your experiences with travel. What's your favorite destination? See how that redirected? You didn't tell him that it was rude, but you definitely moved it to another topic that you enjoy better speaking with him as opposed to being rude about it. How a feminine woman sets the tone for masculine men. Expecting and receiving chivalry. A feminine woman does not force a man to be chivalrous. She allows space for it. Masculine men naturally step into their role when they sense her softness and grace. Masculine men will open all your doors, the car door, the restaurant door, not the bathroom door, because he's clearly not going to the bathroom with you. If you are ever in a space where a man has not opened the car door for you, you simply walk up to the car and don't touch that door. Stand right outside of it. If he gets in and looks over to see exactly why you haven't gotten in, just smile. He should catch the hint. If you walk up to a door and he has not grabbed that door before you, stand there, don't touch that door, and smile. He will catch the hint. There was no need for you to be aggressive. There is no need for you to call out what he didn't do right. You don't need to do that. That's not what feminine women do. They allow men to understand exactly where their place are, especially if they're leaders, they will pick up on it. If he is one that's not going to pick up on it, that's fine. Make note of that and determine where he's going to be placed on your roster after this. A feminine woman allows men to open doors for her and thanks them with a smile. She expects her day to lead in making reservations and plan outings, but she expresses appreciation when he does. She graciously receives compliments without downplaying herself. Oh, you're so beautiful. Thank you. As opposed to, oh, you're so beautiful. You think so? No, because now it gives doubt that you don't even think so. We're not doing that. If a man offers to carry your bag or pull out your chair, do not insist, oh, I can do it myself. You can't. Instead, you say things like, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Create an atmosphere of peace. A feminine woman is not argumentative or combative. She maintains her air of peace, which draws masculine men toward her. I told y'all, a lot of y'all are so used to living in chaos that it runs people away. Come out of that chaotic mind frame and always rest in peace. Sis, do not nag or complain excessively. It's a turnoff. Instead, you need to learn how to articulate your needs with clarity and softness. You also need to know when to step back and let a man lead. We've talked about this often. Offering input in a supportive manner rather than controlling the situation. You're not his mom. You need to also set the tone with boundaries without hostility, ensuring that you are treated with respect that you deserve. So if a masculine man makes a decision that you disagree with, instead of saying, that's stupid, why would you do that? And getting all angry and stuff and it's all on your face, say things like, I see where you're coming from, but I think another approach could work well. What do you think? Now you're going to give him a situation where he can make a decision and yours might be a better decision without anger, and he will listen. Dressing with elegance. Always ensure your clothes fit well, not too tight or too loose. You want to choose feminine fabrics like silk, lace, or soft cotton. You want to keep your grooming polished. Hair, nails, and your makeup should be well kept. When handling disagreements with class, you want to never raise your voice or cause a scene. That's too much. Keep your tone calm and assertive, not aggressive. Know when to walk away rather than engage in unnecessary conflict. I told you, feminine women know when to get out of there. They do not keep beating dead horse with a stick hoping it rises again. Make sure you always say please and thank you. A handwritten thank you note is a timeless touch for special gestures. We forgot how to write notes. Notes go a long way, sis. So, why etiquette matters for feminine women? It's simple. Mastering etiquette is not about being pretentious. It is about embodying self-respect, elegance, and refinement in a way that commands respect without force. A feminine woman who moves with grace will always attract high-quality masculine men who recognize her value. She does not chase. She attracts by simply being. And when I tell you that you will attract the right energy, I experience it on a consistent basis. I am not chasing energy. It is coming into my orbit because the femininity is pouring off of me. I just came from Publix, and again it happened. So all I'm telling you is that your feminine energy will stand out. Your etiquette, your niceness, your smile, your well put together presence, it will always stand out, especially to the high value men that are looking for somebody to compliment them. Not add to it, but compliment it, okay? Understand the difference between a man looking for somebody to add to his life in terms of helping upgrade him versus a man that's looking for a woman to complement his life. That makes him feel and look good as well. The better you feel, the more manners you put out, the nicer you are, the more softer you are, the more that energy will attract to you. So, sis, it's time for you to sit aside, get your etiquette skills back up to the top tier level so that you now are at the level of the men that you're trying to attract so that you don't have to worry about coming down to the ones that are not where you are. You'll see a world of a difference. I will see you on Monday for another episode of Never Date Just One, sis.